Hi friends, I am so happy to be finally recording this. I am leaving Thailand. Our 3.5-week trip is already done, and I took this time to really go inward and to kind of take another step away from social media and YouTube. So I apologize. For those of you that have never been to my channel before, hello and welcome. My name is Brittany. You're gonna see a lot of bugs flying around me. I have been in Thailand for the last 3.5 weeks. I normally hail from the Las Vegas desert, and like I said, have been out here for actually exactly the days of Mercury retrograde. We came out here on December 3rd of this month, obviously, and we stayed in Tonsai and took a little trip to an island called Koh Lanta for a few days and left there on the 23rd, something like that. And it was the day that Mercury came out of retrograde. And for those of you that, and a lot of people that don't necessarily know very much about astrology, but you know, like, these like mystical connotations, usually negative connotations that are associated with Mercury retrograde. A lot of people say like, oh my gosh, I survived Mercury retrograde, like a bunch of things are like working against you in that time, but that's actually not really so much of what it's about. Mercury is the planet of the mind and our thoughts, how we communicate with ourselves, a lot of our subconscious internal processes. And whenever Mercury is in retrograde, we have the opportunity to go inside and kind of experience it in a different way, in a very internal way. And when I was born, I was actually born during Mercury retrograde, and also I think Saturn, Neptune, Uranus, and Pluto were also in retrograde. So I'm a very internal learner. I experience a lot differently than other people. This time has just been so interesting. Unlike any other international overseas trip, which I've taken a lot of them, this one was incredibly challenging, and it kind of just brought a lot out of me. It brought a lot out of my fiance. Just to give a little insight, I've never ever gotten sick on an international trip before, and this time I did get sick for about 4 days. This is my fiance's 3rd time getting sick on this trip. It's been nuts, and a lot of time has been spent getting incredibly ill, which is not only uncomfortable whenever you're, you know, at home in the comfort of your own home, but we've been staying in bungalows out here. For those of you that have never been to Tonsai in southern Thailand, it's incredibly humid, like 100% humidity, and it's pretty dirty. That's why a lot of people get sick. It's like your initiation to Tonsai tummy, which is food poisoning, E. coli, salmonella. Most everyone gets sick whenever they come to Tonsai. It's just like a thing. But that just kind of comes with international travel, and that's a really big reason that I love traveling internationally, because it gets me outside of my comfort zone of living in the United States. And honestly, I relish in the times that I'm able to come out here to Southeast Asia and experience a culture and a way of living that is so unlike my own. I learned so many lessons, and I learned how privileged I am, how privileged we are to live in the United States, where everything is available anytime, like anything that we want, and we're just so well taken care of and provided for in a lot of different ways. And a lot of the people out here live in complete poverty, but they still have such big smiles on their face because they don't consider themselves in a disposition. They don't consider themselves a little butterfly. They don't consider their lives to be not good just because they don't have money. They make it work. So that butterfly is another really fantastic example of what has been going on out here. The night before I left was the full moon in Gemini, which is my sun sign. Directly opposite Gemini is Sagittarius, and we had the new moon just a week and a half or so ago on the 18th, new moon in Sagittarius. So I was able to connect with that side of me that's the messenger, the one that loves travel, that loves experiencing other cultures. And visiting far off places so that I can bring back pieces of foreign ways of living to my life. And the moon sign is a lot about your internal body, your feelings, and the ways that you operate, the ways that you make decisions, and your emotions about things, and what feeds you on the inside. And my Sagittarius moon has been fed like crazy out here. I'm just loving this dense tropical rainforest. And my Cancer rising, my Cancer is my rising sign, the ascendant. It is my outlook on the world, the way that I operate. If you can think of little tinted glasses, your rising sign is like the glasses that you wear through life. It's your outlook, your perspective of the world, the way that you think that the world operates. And Cancer is the water sign. It is the crab. Such a sensitive and nurturing caretaker who loves making food for other people and just staying in and getting comfy, and loves animal friends as well. And that is something that I have just been connecting with so much out here. That's just been filling and fueling my spirit so much, because little animal friends I never realized are something that just like, it just fills me with the greatest joy. I've always felt like I have a special connection with animals, and a lot of times I'd rather hang out with animals more than I'd like to hang out with people. And out here I've had the privilege of being able to just witness and observe so many different types of beautiful creatures that I never get to watch at home. And a lot of crabs too. There were a lot of crabs on Tansai, and just discovering what animal energies are all about, and how a lot of times, especially in the United States, especially people that live in suburban areas or cities, we don't necessarily have that connection with nature anymore. We don't have connections with animals that are not domesticated and able to just like witness them in their being and stuff. This is just going to be a little vloggy update too. I was like, man, Brittany, you just turn the camera on and just get to talking and never give any context on what the hey is going to happen in your videos. So if you have visited my channel before, you know what's up. And this is going to be one of those types of videos, but I'm going to say in the future I am going to be spending a lot more time getting more formatted with these videos. Hopefully bring them to you in a way more succinct way. But this is just a recap of my Thailand trip. So, crabs. We were staying on Tansai, which is a beach, and just seeing little holes in the sand all over the place, and then you see like these little crab legs just like flicking sand out of their homes. They're making their little homes, and just to see them walking around with their little pinchers and just eating little tiny bites of food, and just what hilarious creatures they are, because they can, when the tides start coming in, that's another thing that was really fun to witness. The tide gets really low a lot during the day, and then you can see it like come up and go out and come up and go out. And being here and being able to get into the water and feel the water pulling you, and how alive the water is, and how the tides are just the water's way of speaking to us. It's just so much fun. So the tides would be coming in at the end of every day, and the crabs would start coming onto the rocks and getting their food, their little moss and stuff on the rock. And then if like a few crabs got onto the rock, they like get up high on their toes and they get all intimidating, and they're just like, you know, don't mess with me. And then they like have a battle and have a little fight. They're like, this is my rock and I'm eating on it, and you can't eat here too. And I just like had the best time watching them. And also, since it's my rising sign, I had never gotten the opportunity to just witness them so close up before. Crabs, little bunnies, monkeys, tons and tons and tons of monkeys everywhere on Tansai. And then also in Koh Lanta, they're like little sneaky kids that just creep into vendors' booths and stalls and just steal bananas and steal all kinds of stuff. And we actually, the morning that we went to Koh Lanta, I was walking out with a little bag of chips. Bad decision. This monkey came up behind me and like grabbed the bag of chips out of my hand and just like ran away with it. And I got so scared. I got triggered, actually. It was like a PTSD moment because it brought me back to a time when I got mugged that I had never talked about on this channel before. But the night that I got mugged, I was walking in this unsafe neighborhood and I had my purse on my shoulder. And I just felt it get yanked out from under me, like they broke my purse, and I only had the strap left, but they broke my purse and then they threw me on the ground and ran away. Brought me back to that moment. I can't believe I'm gonna go home. I'm really ready though. I'm really, really ready. This trip has been an eye-opening experience. I've learned so much about myself and I'm ready to come home and get in motion. I want to share a lot with you guys. The things that I've been working on out here, the workshops that I want to offer, and the ways that I want to improve our self-healing. For a lot of you that maybe don't watch my channel very much, a lot of what I'm about is spiritual growth and development, a lot of self-healing, a lot of shadow work, healing from past traumas. And that is the type of conversation that I want to be having more. So I know now that I've been kind of waiting around for other people to have the conversation so that I can join in, but I think the most fruitful way for me to really start feeling more fulfilled and like I'm helping more people is to be curating events around topics like this all the time, because more and more people are getting interested in self-healing and spiritual expansion, and it's just time. So yay. Anyway, if you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss any of my upcoming stuff. I keep feeling like I'm getting bit so much out here. That's another thing. That's a beautiful butterfly over there. I'm telling you, these are unlike any other type of butterfly I've ever seen. But every time I try to get my camera to watch it, they stop. It's sunset, that's why. Mosquitoes come out at sunset. I should go to sleep. Let me see if I can get this butterfly for you guys. Let's go. Let's go trek. Where did she go? There.